What is up, everybody? Welcome back to RacingDudes.com, and welcome back to another one of our previews as we go to the main event this weekend at Keeneland. Let's go Keeneland on Saturday, October 7th, race 10 on the card. And this is the one that's going to be extremely interesting. It's the Coolmore Turf Mile Stakes, Grade 1 event, of course, going 1 mile, $1 million, the purse in this one. Field of 9, and boy, we've got a who's who here. This is going to be a hell of a lot of fun. All right, I'm going to go through the top 4 I like. I think you could go a lot of different ways. You could make a case for a lot of these. These are class horses all the way. But on top, I am going to go to the number 1 Master of the Seas. I just feel like this horse came to the United States last time out for the Woodbine Mile. Couldn't have looked any better. Looked really, really good. Granted, this is going to be a tougher field. There's no question here at Keeneland. But the horse won by 3 3/4, just kind of cruised through there. So I think Master of the Seas is the one to beat again today. I think he'll be awfully tough in this spot. Came over from the UK, running very well. Won a race at Ascot before coming over to win at Woodbine. So I really like this horse for Appleby. I think he's going to be really, really tough in this spot. So I got the number 1 Master of the Seas. On top, I did go ahead and put the number 5 up to the mark in second. This is a horse I've been ranking in the top 5 as far as horses in training right now in the United States. I really think up to the mark, his last 2 races over the turf have just been fantastic. There are some things that cause a little bit of concern for me and why I did not put a horse that I've been ranking second or third in the country on top in this race. Number 1, well, he's taking on a horse that's overseas, so that is a problem. But number 2, missed some time training. It almost feels like we're rushing this horse back a little bit. I'm not quite sure he's going to be at his absolute A game. I don't like unplanned gaps in training. I don't like that feeling of let's try to rush this horse, get it back for the Breeders' Cup. So I'm a little bit worried. However, he is super talented, and maybe just on class, he can show up here and win. And maybe I'm reading a little too much into that as well. That's absolutely could be the case. Couple of other reasons, though. Irad Ortiz Jr. has been on this horse the last 5 times. He will not come to Keeneland to ride. He's going to stay at Belmont. So maybe he's got some great mounts at Belmont, and that's why. But boy, if you thought this horse was the real deal, or maybe not even the real deal, but if you thought this horse was the goods, you might think he might be here. So that was kind of a little bit of a pause for me as well. And finally, third, and I think, this more than anything, he ran the Maker's Mark here on April 14th at a mile. He did not win. And maybe a mile's just not his absolute best. We did not see him really turn into a monster until he stretched out to 1 1/8 and 1 1/4. So off a layoff, maybe this wasn't the plan. Doesn't have his regular jockey at a distance that may not be his best. That's why I've got up to the mark in second here. I don't know if this is the absolute perfect spot for him. A horse that I do know this is a good spot for him is the number 9 Annapolis. And look, this is a horse that at a mile has been very, very good. He won at Churchill on May 4th. He came back, got second in the Kelso, lost by a length, came back and got second in the 4-Star Dave, lost by 3/4 of a length. And listen, it was Casa Creed that beat him in both those races. They were great races. He just wasn't quite as good as him. I still think he's awfully good, though. I think you better, don't forget about him. Keep an eye on him here. I think the number 9 Annapolis will be tough to hold off down the stretch. Finally, I like number 3 Stitched in 4th. I think this is a very interesting horse that can get to the front here. I think this is the horse that will set the pace. You look at him last time out, tried Kentucky Downs, tried to set the pace, lost by a half length, won the Wise Dan 2 races back towards, getting towards the front. So I think this horse is running pretty well. I think the horse, has shown he's been competitive with a horse like Annapolis at this distance before, has beat a horse like Set Piece before. So I think Stitch is going to be pretty interesting in this one at a big price. I think he could try to take him gate to wire. Maybe he holds on and get a piece of it. So I do kind of like him as well. But to recap this one here, I am going to go number 1 Master of the Seas on top. I just think he could be the class of this group today. Number 5 up to the mark in second for me, a horse that I hope he's 100%. I hope he's going to fire a decent race. If he does, he's going to make things very interesting. The number 9, Annapolis, in third for me, and then the number 3, Stitched, in fourth. All right, that'll do it for the preview of the Coolmore Turf Mile. Boy, what a race this is going to be at Keeneland. An incredible card, with this being the headliner there in race 10. Hit that like button if you like this video. Hit subscribe if you really like it. Want to get alerted anytime we do videos like this. And most importantly, good luck if you're going to be playing Keeneland on Saturday.
RacingDudes.com is your home for the best free picks for every race, every track. It's Breeders' Cup season, and we've got wall-to-wall coverage of the World Championships. Subscribe to YouTube.com/RacingDudes right now. Click the notification bell. You never want to miss a single video. Want to make money betting horses? Bet with the Racing Dudes.